Hey y'all, what's up? Chloe went act right, so I couldn't take y'all on a morning walk and a public service announcement. But public service announcement: if you scared, say you scared, right? I take that from that old Outcast song. I don't know what album it appeared on, but Outcast is my favorite music group, although they're no longer together. Anyways, but they had a title in there saying, "If you scared, say you scared." And I think that's the one thing, particularly with adults and adults over 40, we won't acknowledge that. We'll keep saying, oh, well, it's the people that it's the people that I keep dating, or I'm not going to get this loan for my business, or I'm not even going to I ain't going to even try to go to the gym because I'm not going to lose weight, all that type of shit like that, right? And my thing is, why do we hold on to this identity of fear when we have the best opportunity to live life to the fullest? So I give you a prime example, and I'm going to adapt it to be the general terms because it is somewhat, I don't know if it's a biblical story anyways. So you have this little girl, and this little girl has this cute little itty bitty ass teddy bear. And she won't get this teddy bear up for the world. Like, her dad's like, oh, it's time for you to give up that teddy bear. And she like, the fuck for? Why? I don't understand. Just fighting Paw about this goddamn teddy bear. But little does she know, there's like this teddy bear behind his back is like 10 times the size of what she has right now. Same bear, but 10 times as big, right? But she refused to give up this itty bitty bear, not knowing what's in store for her. So where's the moral of the story coming from, right? Sometimes it's time to let that identity of fear go. It's time to let the identity of failure go. It's time to let go the identity of heartbreak go, right? We stand in our own motherfucking way of happiness and prosperity, all because there was one time where the shit didn't work, or multiple times where the shit didn't work. And I get it. After a while, you be like, man, fuck this shit. But the thing is, if you don't allow yourself, and it takes time, because I'm like 42 going on 43, and I'm just understanding it, so I can speak from experience. But because when we don't let go, we stunt our growth. And I know there's plenty of motherfuckers out there that's like, listen, I'm trying to live my best life. How? How can you live your best life if you keep getting in your goddamn way? You get in your goddamn way of fear. You get in your goddamn way of procrastination. You get in your goddamn way of imposter syndrome. All these things, which I will say, can be worked out in therapy, but that's another story for another time. Right? Just holding ourselves back from living our best life. So what do? It's hard. You have to start taking baby steps into that mind frame. You got to get in that mind frame. Even when you're not there, you got to get in that mind frame. Like, y'all remember when T.I. was like, fake it till you make it? Well, this is kind of like that situation. But first with that being said, you gotta believe that you deserve love. You gotta believe that you deserve that business. You gotta believe that you deserve any and all things that you desire, right? First thing you do is gotta believe it. And the second thing you just do, you act as if. Oh no, what the fuck is going on with my tree? Anyhow, act as if it's already done, right? And that's a bold fucking step. I know I've been taking bold steps lately, particularly in my love life, but and my professional life too. But I've been taking a lot of bold steps, and so far so good. They've been great. But then Just hypothetical. What if they weren't? I'll be still on the same thing of just picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and trying again. It's okay, y'all. I get it. You don't want to be out there. You don't want to put yourself out there. You only got a finite period of time. But with that finite period of time, don't we want to live our best life? Don't we want to have these things? Don't we want to have, your own podcasting network? Don't you want to have, a wife and 2.5 kids? Don't you want to have financial freedom so much that if you decide that you didn't want to go for work for 3 years, you could do that? I don't know. We just getting away. And I know some dope ass people over 40. And it's like every single one that I know is kind of a little bit stuck. Myself included, but I'm working through it. They're a little bit stuck. They're right there when it comes to building that brand. They're this close from finding the love that they truly want. They're this close to losing that last 10 pounds. It's always like right here, not realizing where you even started in the journey, if there's been a said journey. But I don't know. My money tree needs some money, honey. But that's one thing that comes to mind. And I know, particularly as you got older, you be like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. But it's your life, right? You want happiness, you want peace, you want joy, you want love, you want tons of sex from one person. You want everything in the world. But then you say you ain't got time for it. Well, love takes time. Financial freedom takes time, unless you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. But all these things take time. But you gotta do the work, from my, I'm gonna kind of take this one thing and just make it general. When you do the ordinary, the universe does the extraordinary. Faith without works is dead, y'all. So, I don't know. It's a lot of us out here not being happy, but we have a chance to be happy. But because we're stuck in our own mind of being fearful, being scared, being intimidated, being whatever, we're right where we're at. Whether that's feeling lonely or depressed or bitter or what have you, we still stay in the same spot because we don't try. We don't put ourselves out there. We have these blocks, these mental blocks that says, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? What are you about to do? Why are you doing this? So it's like an innate, it's kind of like a natural response to something that's different. But you gotta fight through it, I give you a prime example. So the girl works in sales. I work in sales, and everyone has their assigned territory. And in 2020 or mid-year 2021, I was upset because I had to give away my sales territory, in which it was making me a lot of money. Let's just be real. It was making me a shit ton of money, that so much that I didn't even know what to do with it, right? Don't ask me where it's at. It's another story for another day, right? But I had to give it up. I had to give it up, and I had to give it up to people who did not know what the fuck they were doing. But I had to give it up. So with this being said, I'm taking on this new territory, new set of customers, new everything, new from ATL, new, right? And so the year has sucked, but I'm not giving up because number one, I know my ability as a sales professional, And then two, I know the territory that I now have. Oh, there's money, there's bank, there's enough where I will probably double what I made in 2021. The fact is, it's not anything about the actual funds or whatever. The moral of the story is that I had to get out of my own way to get some things make happen. Because if I tried to hold on to that territory, that might have just been it. That might have been the ceiling. But knowing where I'm at right now, baby, I'm just at the flow. I am just at the floor of the earning potential that I have with this new territory. So what I made the year before, that shit is chump change to what I got right now. It didn't really feel like it. Like, I kept running into problems, issues with my manager. But now as I'm seeing through the clouds, I'm seeing like it's the best thing that could have happened to me professionally, right? So, that wasn't by choice. That was kind of like mandated by the company. But listen, I kicked and I screamed, and I kicked and I screamed for as long as I could to hold on. But they was like, nah, fam, you gotta give it up. So I just challenge everybody to ask yourself, what the fuck is it that you're holding on to that you want in your life? Damn sure, like, need, desire. Like, you can't think nothing, you can't think of shit else without this thing or this person or this opportunity. Think about what it is you truly want and motherfucker go for it. Right? Don't be scared. In life there are risks, and it's gonna go one way or the other. It's gonna go in your favor, or if it's not, and then it can go without your favor. But I always say you can't give up. I see a lot of grown ass people just giving up and becoming versions of themselves that they don't want to be, or they were once before, thought they had grew out of it, the shit didn't work, so they decide to go back and do some, they decide to just go back to the shit that they know. And you can't grow if you still doing the shit that you know, right? So you gotta be ready to step out and do some shit. Step out and be a little nervous. Step out and, take a step back to take 10 steps forward. But I don't understand. We will do everything for everybody else except for ourselves. And that shit sucks. I don't know why we do that fuck shit, but we do it. So the moral of the story is, if you scared, just fucking say you scared. But don't take on that identity of fear. Don't take on the identity of hopelessness. Don't take on the identity of the shit ain't for me. I don't know who said it, but you miss all the shots that you don't take, right? And many of us are not taking those shots because of fear of rejection, because of fear of not being enough. When in actuality, that means you got to press in and press forward. That's really what they're saying. Listen, we've all been disappointed. We've all had our feelings hurt. We've all had our hearts broken. But that's life, especially when it comes to love. There's so many single people in their late 30s and their 40s who everyone has that fucked up story. You know what I'm talking about? That fucked up ass story that just put them on their ass, where they didn't know if they could love anymore, if anything, right? Everybody's been there, myself included. Like, when I tell you, when you hear some of all the fuck shit that many of us have gone through in our 40s, it's fucking ridiculous. But it happens. It's happened. And now you have a whole generation of adult boys and girls that are trying to get their shit together from extreme heartbreak. And it's tough, but listen, love ain't gonna come knock on my motherfucking door like it's Uber Eats, like it's Postmates. Do people even still use Postmates? I ain't heard shit about Postmates. I think Uber Eats probably bought Postmates anyways. Love ain't gonna come to me. Love is not gonna come knocking on my door like it's Uber Eats. Financial opportunities ain't gonna come knocking on my door like, bitch, you an Amazon package. You know? You know, getting healthy and whatever it is you want to do with your health, whether it's physical or mental, that shit ain't knocking on your door like UPS delivering a next day air package. Shit ain't gonna work. So what do we have to do? We gotta get out. We gotta kind of stick your pinky toe in the, stick your toe in the water. Just test it out. But you'll remember when you went from sticking your toe in the shallow end of the pool to fucking doing laps in an Olympic sized pool somewhere. I don't know. But the one thing you can't do, first thing, I think the biggest thing is you just gotta acknowledge it. There's a lot of motherfuckers around here that don't acknowledge it. They don't want to say, I'm scared. They just be like, well, I don't want to get hurt no more. No, tell the truth. You don't want to get, you scared. And be honest, I'll tell my own story. Bitch, I was scared. I was terrified of like any type of relationship shit after my last breakup, right? So scared to the point that, yeah, not only did I work on myself, but at the same time, I still had limiting beliefs, right? Limiting beliefs that I could not have the relationship I want, the friends I want, living in the environment that I want. But I had to give up that identity. And once I started giving up that identity, shit started looking good. I mean, I still have my struggles, don't get me wrong. But they are a fuck ton better than they were when I decided that I did not want to do it. And when I changed my mindset, I'm like, I'm going to try to do it. And then it went from, I'm going to try to do it, to I'm going to take baby steps to do it. From taking baby steps to do it, and like, oh, okay, I can turn up the volume a little bit. Oh, okay, bitch, now I'm ready to run. That's how you deal with fear. Don't mind me into a little gardening on my little corner called the patio. But the first thing, like I said, you miss the shots you don't take. You stay in a constant state of worry and fear. And at the end of the day, like, everything might be looking good on the outside, but the inside, you fucking miserable. You might be the life of the party, but you hate going to bed by yourself. You may be that it girl, but like, you at the house watching Netflix for 12 hours. I don't know. We don't give ourselves, we got to get out there and try. We got to get out there and try it again. We can't just be staying in the house. We can't just be throwing up this facade. Like, oh, well, I'm the life of the party. I like this, I like that. And deep down inside, you're like, bitch, I just want to hold a cuddle with. I ain't going to call her, but you know what I'm trying to say. Bitch, I just want a woman I can cuddle with. Bitch, I want to be able to, I don't know, not have to work a 9 to 5. But we stay in this cycle. We stay in this cycle that just kind of limits with these limiting beliefs, and that's how we continue to live our life. How is that working out for everybody? Oh, by the way, my birthday's less than 30 days away, so I just want to let everybody know. If I have not said it, my birthday is 30 days away, less than 30 days away. That is the only time that I am I am a narcissist. It is all about me when it's time for my birthday. Other than that, I'm not like that. But I don't know. I'm just asking y'all how long we gonna just sit up in the house watching Netflix, or how much we gonna sit up and be the old motherfucker on South Beach having to take PTO. But you ain't on spring break, you know. How many times we got to excuse me? How many times we got to keep constantly going through drama? I'm talking about relationships now. How many times we got to go through drama trying to date motherfuckers that are 10 and 15 years younger than us, knowing they don't want the same shit? That shit is temporary. I tell you. And again, this message, I hope it resonates to many, but you know, especially the people over 40. Some people, you know, I talk to some that are in their 30s, they don't get it, they don't understand it, but they will. They will. Or they learn. But for the most part, you miss all the shots you don't take. I know I sound real cliche, but that shit is so true. You miss all the shots you don't take. So that's all I got. I kind of like this setup, but I don't really have a lot of space. You know, my titties take up like a third, take up a third of the space on my little patio, but we make it work. So I don't know. I know I have not been consistent with posting, but guess what? I don't do this full time. I haven't gotten to the point yet where all I can do is just sit up and make content related to people in their 40s. I ain't got there yet, but we on our way. But I can also acknowledge when shit just get in the way. But now shit is starting to clear out and I'm ready to start making content again. So if you're watching this means you came to my video some sort of way, rude on social media or what have you. But I need you to do a couple things for me. If you're not following me, please follow me. Follow me on YouTube. I'm here on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. That's typically where I go. Or maybe TikTok. I need to be more engaged with that shit. But, you know, I appreciate it. You follow me. And more content to come. Because I got my shit together. My ass was a little bit off because my shit wasn't together. Now my shit's together a little bit. I can focus on the things that I enjoy doing, and that's making content for y'all to enjoy. Alright? So until next time, y'all, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this Sunday before the football games come on. Not that I watch them, but you know, whatever. Alright, y'all. Bye.